How's it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom Train. It's me, JJD, JJ Double J, the Illuminator here.
I'm Batman.
Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames. We won't get into that right now. Funny story. I remember, and I still laugh at this today. My Portuguese grandmother. Gosh, she used to babysit me all the time when I was younger. I've talked about that before. Talked a lot about that before, kind of. But she was probably, at the time of the story, about 73, 74 years old. My uncle used to take her to the supermarket. Over here, the supermarket in question, at the time, I believe it was called... gosh, I want to say it was Stop and Shop. It might have been Shaw's. Shaw's is owned by Albertsons. Some parts of the country have Albertsons. We have a version called Shaw's. It might have been Shaw's. It might have been Stop and Shop. Anyway, he took her. They used to take her once a week after my Portuguese grandfather died. The thing is, she would take so long to go shopping because she loved being in stores. She loved looking for deals, and she would buy stuff whether she needed it or not. The problem was, she would take so long, he'd say, "Come on, we got to get going here." And she wouldn't listen. So one day, he left her there and drove off. He went home. Now this is probably less than a mile away, maybe almost a mile. A mile tops. Tops. You know. She walked home with the shopping cart. Around here we call them carriages. Some people call them buggies. She walked home with the shopping cart full of groceries. And she was not a fast woman. I couldn't see. It had to take her hours and hours to do it. She actually brought the shopping cart home. Oh, it's horrible. To know my Portuguese grandma, my vovó, to know my vovó. It was, man, to go and do something like that to her, number one, is horrible, but you have to understand my uncle and understand why this is so funny. It's horrible, but it's funny, because I just can't picture her walking all of these streets this way, that way, this way, that way, to get back home, and he never even, once, he left her, didn't even make sure to check later on if she was still there or what. She never called. She just walked home. I couldn't see it happen. And even back then, I couldn't get over it. I can't get over it. Here it is. All these years later, 30 years later. Oh, my goodness. I can't. It doesn't sound... I don't know. Maybe it's just funny to me. But it's just, to me, to know my grandmother and to know that she did this, it had to take her 2-3 hours to walk home, at least. And it's something she never wanted to talk about, but I just wish I could have seen it, because it's just a horrible, horrible thing that my uncle did this. But I just can't help but laugh at it. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know, I guess you had to be there. I wasn't there, but I heard about it, and maybe it's just a family thing because I know the people involved, but... Do you have any stories that are like this about family that just you find funny or really shouldn't be funny? Put your comments below. I'm off to the races. I love you all. Stay safe. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back. And before I get out of here, I just wanted to say a big thank you for coming over and watching. It really means a lot to me. If you liked the video you just saw, hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button. It's 100% free. It'll help keep you up to date on all my videos and vlogs. And don't forget to ring that bell.
Game over.
Lady! That's some lady!